What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video, and I'm just checking in on you. How you doing? What's going on? Now today is March 12th, and this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But we're going to start off here in Washington, D.C., and we will finish up in New York City. Our first vendor of the video is going to be the Base of Ops vendor. Enjoy.
Good to see you.
And starting off at the top, we have the Strategic Alignment. This is the named China Light backpack with perfect shock and awe. And this week it comes with weapon handling and explosive resistance. I mean, having that explosive resistance would be nice for, like, say, a mortar build. That way you don't blow yourself up. But I would definitely recalibrate that weapon handling off for probably, like, skill damage. Moving on to the weapons, we have a Police T821 with swap speed and spike, followed by a FAL with armor damage and preservation, nice, and a Diceros with crit hit damage and killer for that talent. Looking at the gear items, we have a 511 backpack with skill damage, headshot, and versatile, and finally a Richter and Kaiser chest piece with status effects, repair skills, and braced. Looking at the mods, we have headshot 7.4, drone deflect duration 6.4, turret +1 extra sniper, and sticky bomb blast radius of 4.8. Now, must buys, things to look for from the Base of Ops vendor. Nothing is really sticking out except for this FAL with armor damage. It's okay, but the attributes are meh, and the talent isn't really that great either. I'd probably just pass. All right, let's move on to the next vendors. Let's see. So for the Base of Ops, we have the Countdown vendor and the Clan vendor. But remember, they are also located in New York City. I'm going to skip over them in New York because I'm going to go over them right now. Speaking of which, here is your Countdown vendor. So the three named items this week for your Countdown vendor, we have the Big Show. This is the named LMG with perfect Thunderstrike, followed by the Force Multiplier. This is your named Hana-U backpack with perfect combined arms, and this week it comes with skill haste and hazard protection. And finally, the Point Man chest piece. This is the named Heligard chest with perfect Vanguard. Now, talking about these items, the Big Show isn't really a big one for me. The Force Multiplier, let's go there. So the Force Multiplier is a great backpack to pick up. Perfect combined arms. All you need to do is recalibrate the hazard protection off for, say, skill damage, and this is perfect for a skill build. Remember, perfect combined arms only takes one bullet. You just have to shoot an enemy and it will automatically proc perfect combined arms. But remember, it only lasts for 3 seconds, so I highly recommend combining this with, like, say, the capacitor or the test subject, and then that way you can just continuously shoot an enemy and get, like, say, perfectly in sync and perfect combined arms at the same time, and then all of a sudden your skills are just going to be melting everything. So pick this one up, take off that hazard off for skill damage, and you're good to go. And finally, the Point Man. The reason why I wanted to point this one out, is because it comes with crit hit damage. So what I would do is just recalibrate the hazard off for crit chance and go double crit. Now, I believe I have one on my character. Let's see, right here. So here's a perfect Point Man chest right there. Hey, look, double crit. So perfect Vanguard, just switch off that hazard for crit, go double crit, and you are good to go. All right, and I think that's it for the Countdown vendor. So out of these three, the Force Multiplier and the Point Man, two great pieces to pick up. And that leads us to the Countdown vendor. Oh no, that leads us to the Clan vendor. There we go. And just a reminder, the DoD Disciples of Doom. Our clan is on all platforms, so PlayStation, PC, Xbox, all of that. So to get on the list, if you're interested in joining our clan, it is a active clan, is to follow us on Discord. So go to my channel About Me, click my Discord link, and then you can join up on Discord. You'll see a few different tabs that will say, join my clan on PlayStation, Xbox, what have you. And then you can just get into the queue, because there's quite a few people that want to join up. But remember, there's only 50 members allowed in each clan, so we have to wait for someone to go inactive or leave or what have you to replace them. So, with that being said, shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom, and here is your clan vendor.
Good of you to stop by.
Another force multiplier. Interesting. All right. So starting with the force multiplier, this is the named Hanyu backpack with perfect combined arms. And this one also comes with skill haste. So again, what I would do is recalibrate the other attribute to skill damage, and you're good to go to put this on any skill build at all. It's a great backpack to run. Now, talking about the gear set items, starting with the Future Initiative chess piece, this Future Initiative chess piece is a good one. I would recalibrate the status effects off for repair skills and put this with your future build. The reason being is the Future Initiative chess piece gives everyone on your team 25% damage bonus instead of 15% damage bonus. So whenever you're running a Future Initiative healer build, you want to have this chess piece on there to give your team even more damage for doing the exact same thing. So I highly recommend picking this one up if you don't have it already, and then just take off that status effects, put on there repair skills, and you're good to go. Tip of the spear, knee pads with crit chance. Okay. And finally, Eclipse Protocol knee pads with repair skills. Looking at the high-end items, we have a double-barrel sawed-off with swap speed and optimist, followed by a AUG SMG with headshot and steady-handed, 1886 with optimal range and future perfect, a classic M60 with max crit chance and stabilize, and finally for the weapons, a custom L86 with health damage and unhinged. Looking at the gear items, ooh, yo, that's a good one. Pick up this Uzina chest piece. What? Uzina with max armor regen and spotter? Oof, that thing's nasty. I mean, you could put this on a crazy tank build, maybe with like say the Kingbreaker, and just out tank people and just get them with the amplified damage. I mean, that's pretty dirty. I would probably just recalibrate that health off for hazard protection. If I'm just being honest, just go like full tank and just go hazard armor regen, probably. Or you could go crit chance armor regen or headshot. Ooh, headshot would be dirty with a very tanky build. There's so many different ways of making that one work, but either way, this is a great chess piece to pick up. Check it out, Clan Vendor, Uzina chess piece with max armor regen, amazing armor, and spotter. And that leads us to our final item for the gear pieces. Clan Vendor, we have the China Light knee pads. Now, these knee pads are pretty good. What you would do is just recalibrate the crit chance off for skill damage, and then you could have skill damage, skill haste on China Light knee pads, which is what you pretty much want for your knee pads. I mean, you're either going to go skill haste or status effects, but I would probably go skill haste just to get those skills back quicker, and then utilize that skill damage. But either way, good pair of knee pads for a skill build. And looking at the mods, we have crit hit damage 10.8, turret skill haste 6.4, drone plus 2 extra bombs, and turret skill... What? Why would they do that? Yo, why would they do that? So both of these are turret mods. Both of them are skill haste. One 6.2, one 6.4. But but to get the 6.4, you would have to spend 6 more credits. Ooh, breaking the bank. All right, for the Clan Vendor, must-buys, things to look for, the Force Multiplier, the Future Initiative chess piece, and the Uzina chess piece. I mean, maybe the China Light if you want to put on a skill build. All right, that is it for the Base of Ops area. So now we are going to travel west. We will double back east, and then after Washington, D.C., we will jump over to New York City. Our first stop is going to be the campus settlement. Now, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, Support the channel by subscribing. I do daily Division content, so you want to ring that notification bell. That way you don't miss a single Division upload. Here we go. Campus Settlement. Starting with the Night Watcher. This is the named Heliguard mask with 100% scanner pulse haste, and this week it comes with really low armor and health. Moving on to the Relic. This is the named Marksman rifle with perfect determined, and this week it comes with very low attributes and magazine size. Following that, we have a classic M60 with crit chance and eyeless, a Wyvern mask with status effects and repair skills, and finally a Fenris holster with weapon handling and health. Looking at the mods, we have skill duration 8.6, chem launcher and snare health 13.9, hive plus 4 repair charges, pulse cone size 6.4, and trap duration of 4.2. Now, must buys things to look for from the campus. Not really. We are scraping at the bottom of the barrel. The Wyvern mask is good for skill builds. What I would do is just take off the repair skills for skill damage. Go skill damage status effects. Because remember, the 2 set bonuses that you get from Wyvern right off the rip, you get skill damage for the 1 piece and you get status effects for the 2 piece. So if you already have both of those attributes, you get to double down. Pretty cool.
Always a pleasure to do.
That is it. We're not getting anything too crazy. We've only been to 2 different locations, so let's shake it off like we're Taylor Swift, and let's go over to DZ West. West! Let's go. Now, just a reminder for all of these Dark Zone vendors, you need DZ resources. So, to double check your DZ resources, go to your inventory, toggle over to your resource tab, and just above your keys is going to be your Dark Zone resources. For example, you can see right here I'm at 324 out of 999, so if I want any more Dark Zone resources, I'm going to have to go into the Dark Zone, either open up the little blue boxes that are everywhere, or I have to deconstruct contaminated items in my bag and extract them for the DZ resources. But either way, that is how you get your Dark Zone resources. Let's move on to DZ West. Here we go. Big money, no whammies.
Anything you're looking for?
And starting off with the Calibre. Nice. This is the named shotgun with perfect jazz hands, and it comes with reload speed. So you get 30% from the talent, and it comes with 8% on top. I really don't care for reload speed for the shotty. Moving on. Custom M870. Swap speed and future perfect. Again, nasty. And, a SIG with stability and optimist. I wouldn't touch any of those. Moving on to the gear items. We have Striker gloves with health. Come on, man. Foundry with explosive resistance. Petrov with armor regen and crit, but they're not contractors. And Petrov knee pads with crit hit damage and weapon handling. Looking at the mods, we have burn resistance 8.2. Seeker Mind healing 5.7. Shield health 4.2. Firefly speed 8.2, and decoy duration 6.0. Must buys from DZ West, really, there's nothing that would catch my eye there. All right, let's take our talents down south to the deep south, DZ South. Let's get it, man. Fingers crossed. We need some better items, man. All right, DZ South, give me something to buy, please. All right, here we go.
It's very good to see.
The strategic alignment, this one with skill damage status effects, that's pretty much what you want right there. And then just recalibrate the status effects off for skill haste if you want to switch it up. But either way, that's the backpack you want. Same thing at the, what was that, base of ops? So you could, it's just, there's nothing really of value. Converted SMG-9 with damage targets out of cover and measured. Very interesting. A Born Great. This is the named assault rifle with perfect stabilize, and this week it comes with crit chance. And finally, for the weapons, a Officer's M9A1 with armor damage and strained. Looking at the gear items, we have a Rigger backpack with skill damage, Heartbreaker chest piece with headshot damage, Murakami backpack with skill haste, crit chance, and concussion. And finally, Murakami chest piece with repair skills, health, and glass cannon. Looking at the mods, we have crit hit damage 10.2, drone damage 4.2, turret health 7.6, and sticky bomb burn duration of 4%. Must buys from DZ South, really the strategic alignment. That's a good one. The rigger backpack with skill damage, I mean, that's what you want on that backpack. Heartbreaker with headshot would be dirty, but that armor is way too low. That's about it.
I appreciate your business.
All right. Before we go to DZ East, let's make a pit stop over here to the castle settlement. Let's get our eardrums blown out by the loud music. And let's see if we can pet the dog. There's Ransom. Hey, Ransom. There we go. Hey, doggy. What's going on, doggy? Hope you're having a good day. Listening to this music. Dom dom ba-dum bum. Do 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 da. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Oop, here's another interaction. Oh, nope, it's the exact same interaction. All right, so when Ransom's sitting down, it's the same interaction, but when Ransom's in other locations, the dog will do other things. But just sitting there, the dog's just gonna wag its tail. Yo, this music is blaring out my eardrums. I feel like I'm in Game of Thrones or something crazy. All right. Castle Settlement, holy guacamole, Batman. Starting with the Brutus. This is the named marksman rifle with perfectly behind you, and this week it comes with reload speed. I don't know if I'm yelling, but this music is so loud. Holy crap. The next one is the G28 with health damage and flatline. And finally, for the weapons, a Black Market M60 with crit chance and future perfect. Looking at the gear items, we have, a Fenris mask with crit chance weapon handling, and Wyvern holster with skill damage and crit hit damage. Looking at the mods, we have Repair Skills 15.8, Chem Launcher Damage 4.2, Hive Health 7.7, Pulse Radius 8.7, and Trap Shock Radius of 5.9. We actually do have a couple good things here at the castle. So the first one is this Fenris mask. You could easily just make this one double crit and then optimize the attributes. So pick this mask up, switch the weapon handling to crit hit damage, and all of a sudden you have a double crit Fenris mask. Pretty cool. And also this Wyvern holster is good for a skill build. I mean, out of each of these vendors, you could probably put together an entire skill build just off of these items. Now, this Wyvern holster has skill damage on it with crit hit damage. I would say just recalibrate the crit hit damage off for either, say, skill haste, status effects, something like that, and it's perfect for a skill build. I mean, you can put that with the force multiplier. You can put that with the other Wyvern piece. I mean, hell, you could even put that together with the strategic alignment that I showed you earlier. All of these items can go together in a skill build. Pretty cool. And that's it for the castle settlements. Now let's move on. You hear how now it's silent? There's no music at all. So they crank it up to like 25 on the volume, and then they put it to 0. Now there's no music. It's just so odd. I don't know why they did that. Anyways, DZ East. What I like to do is fast travel to the Alpha checkpoint and not the main entrance. Because if you go to the main entrance, you're going to have to run all the way through the courtyard. And if you just go to the Alpha checkpoint, yeah, you'll hit this double loading screen, which can be annoying, but after a second or two, you're done. And then just exit your checkpoint and you're good to go. That way you're at the vendor and you don't have to run all the way through that courtyard. Okay, here we go. DZ East.
Looking for anything in particular?
Starting with the pinprick. Ooh, with armor damage too. That's not bad. Okay. Starting with the pinprick. This is the the named covert SRS. And this one comes with armor damage and perfect first blood. Not too shabby. The attributes are okay. With the way they look, I would probably max out the headshot and then optimize the armor and marksman rifle. But it's not a bad named item. Following that, we have the normal variant, the Covert SRS, with crit hit damage and sadist. And finally, a classic RPK with crit chance and unhinged. Looking at the gear items, we have Future Initiative Mask with skill haste, Cavalier holster with health, Providence Defense Mask with weapon handling and hazard. And finally, a Brazos holster with headshot and armor regen. Nice. Looking at the mods, we have Repair Skills 16.4, Chem Launcher Damage 4.3, Hive plus 4 repair charges, Pulse Cone Size is 6.3, and Trap Duration 4.3. Not bad. Looking at DZ East, I mean, I wouldn't use it, but it is a good weapon. So pick up the Pinprick, not bad. It shoots pretty quick. It's okay for a marksman rifle, but I just can't get around that talent, the Perfect First Blood. There's better talents out there. Let's just be real. And that's about it. The Brazos holster is nice, but again, you could use the Picaro's holster. So I don't know. Kind of up for your own preference. That is it for the Dark Zone vendors. Now we're going to our last stop in Washington, D.C., the theater. The theater. We're going to the theater. All right. Usually this guy has some good stuff for us, but looking at all these other vendors, I think today's just meh vendor reset day. I don't know. Let me know what you think.
Looking for something specific?
And starting with the stage left, this is the named rifle with perfect sledgehammer, and it comes with swap speed. Following that, we have a custom M870 with headshot and sadist, and finally a SOCOM MA1 with armor damage and preservation. Looking at the gear items, we have electric gloves with status effects and hazard, and finally Golden Gear knee pads with status effects and crit hit damage. Both of those are good for status builds. Looking at the mods, we have Bleed Resistance 8.6, Seeker Mine Health 6.3, Shield Holstered Regen 4.1, Firefly Speed 8.3, and Decoy Duration of 6.0. Now, must buys, things to look for from the theater. The electric gloves are really nice. Status effects, you get status effects just from wearing the gloves from the brand set bonus. So you could easily just recalibrate that hazard off for, say, skill damage, put on a skill build. I mean, you could switch the skill tier off for an armor core and go for like a tanky hazard status build. I mean, there's a few ways you could do this one. And the Golden Gear knee pads are nice. You could use that status effects again with the Golden Gear brand set bonus. You also get status effects. But on top of that, they did change the armor regen bonus to 1.5%. So you could either switch the status effects or the crit chance or crit damage off for armor regen and then put this on an armor regen build.
Nice doing
That's
business
it
with you.
for the theater. I mean, that's it for Washington, D.C. So take care now. Bye-bye, Dan. Let's go over to New York City. Now we have two more vendors. We have Marco at the top of the escalator, and then we have Roy Benitez just outside. Now, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up. Support the channel. We do daily Division content, so make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. Here we go with Marco.
Hey, want to make a trade?
Starting with the SOCOM Mark 16 with crit chance and killer. Following that, we have a Black Market RPK with rate of fire and sadist, a M1A CQB with headshot and killer, and finally the Prophet. This is the named pistol with perfect determined, and it comes with stability. Looking at the gear items, we have a Douglas and Harding backpack with crit chance, health, and calculated, electric knee pads with skill damage and crit chance, and Douglas and Harding holster with skill haste and hazard protection. Looking at the mods, we have Repair Skills 16.2, Pulse Resistance 8.3, Drone Duration 6.3, Firefly Skill Haste 5.9, and Decoy Duration 6.0. Dude, the items have been okay this week. The electric knee pads are pretty good. For that status effects, you could easily throw this on a status effects skill build and just recalibrate that crit chance off for status effects. Have that with a skill damage and you're good to go.
Thanks
So
for
that's
the
really
trade.
it. I mean, it's just like skill builds. Is that the theme of this week's vendor reset? Just skill builds? Yo, make sure you pet the dog. before we get to Roy Benitez. Make sure you pet the pups. Show some love. They'll show you some love back, you know. Remember that we're all human. There we go. Hey, nice doggy. You know what? I'm going to interact with you again. Let's see what happens. You going to roll over? Oh. He almost did it. All right, take care. Last vendor of the video, Roy Benitez. Here we go.
Hey, agent.
Starting with the converted SMG-9 this week with nice SMG damage, crit damage, and eyeless. Blech. A G28 with optimal range and breadbasket. Custom M870 with headshot and perpetuation. And finally, a Diceros with swap speed and eyeless. Looking at the gear items, we have Lingmo chest piece with hazard status and skilled. Richter and Kaiser gloves with weapon handling and repair skills. And finally, Okay. Habsburg Guard holster. This is a good one. So you get headshot from the brand set bonus. It has max armor. Then you get armor regen. So you could either go crit chance or headshot. Or you could take off the armor regen and go crit chance and headshot there. Either way, this is a really good holster. I'm going to pick one up. I don't know about you guys. This is a good one. Not a bad holster. As far as the mods, crit chance 4.6. What? Dude, I hate when they do this. So we have double crit chance mods here. One's 4.3, one's 4.6. The difference is 1 credit. So for 1 credit, you can get 0.3% more on a crit chance mod. Trone scan range 7.9. Firefly speed 8.2 and sticky bomb damage 6.3. But must buys from Roy Benitez. I would say the Habsburg Guard holster is definitely a really good holster. You could use this in so many different ways, but definitely pick it up. It's a good one to have. All right.
Good working with you.
And that is it for your weekly vendor reset and must buys. For, well, today is March 12th. I am Kamikazevondoom. If you felt that this video was helpful or informative in any way, shape, or form, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing and let me know what you think in the comments section below. But finally, shout out where you're from. It's always cool to see where people are from. And again, I'm Kamikazevondoom. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.